Paul anticipates that human mentality. And he says, for by works of the law, no human being will be justified in his sight. There is nothing that you can do to get unstuck from your biggest problem. The problem that we are all under sin. Now, hear me clearly on this next illustration. This is not about what we do after we're justified. This is about what we sometimes do in order to be justified. We try to do works of the law to be justified in God's sight, to create our own justification box. So sometimes we'll create the box by throwing some money at God. Say, God, I not only came to church, but I gave some money. And just in case you weren't paying attention, the bulletin proves that I was there today. And God, I even took some notes. Let me add that to my box of justification. God, I not only gave money and I not only was there, but I've got my serving badge today. And God, in case you weren't paying attention, those 2-year-olds were a little ornery today. Do I get some extra credit for serving with the 2-year-olds? And I add my service to my own justification box. And this is real dangerous, so don't take this out of context. God, I read my Bible today. I read a whole chapter today. Did you notice that? Let me add that to my justification box. And we line up all of our good deeds and all of our good works in order to please God, in order to gain a right standing before Him. And Paul makes it very, very clear. After presenting in detail what the problem is, he then makes it very, very clear what we cannot do in order to fix that problem. For by works of the law, no human being will be justified in his sight. Since through the law, through the do's and don'ts, comes the knowledge of sin. It lets us know that all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. So what's the solution? The very next words out of Paul's mouth, out of Paul's pen, and they're glorious words in verse 21. He says, but now. Here's what won't work. But let me tell you what will work. We often think, sinner, sinner, sinner. Go and fix it. Go get cleaned up, then come back to God. He says, no. That's not the solution. I have brought about the solution.